Bring him back!
Yeah, why did he leave?
Okay.
No, why did he leave?
Somebody do the right thing. I worked with y'all. I knew y'all.
Bring him back.
Do the right thing.
Bring him back.
I was following the directions I was given, sir.
I mean, there were no cojones shown that day.
Don't go in a classroom. Kids are dying in there, but don't go in. What? They stood there, frozen.
What's the point of asking things and not getting any answers? You know how stupid that looks?
What made it difficult in this case was that the Department of Public Safety of Texas Ranger Division requested that the officers not write a supplement or not write a written report in their own report writing system.
Is that common?
It is not common. So if he's aiming at the person closest to the table here, he could see the officers, and the officers could only see a blacked out classroom, and they were only looking through a small window in the center of the door. The officers could not see where the rounds were coming from. They just knew that the rounds were going through the wall, through the wood, through the doors. And they could not shoot into that room blindly. That would have been a serious violation.
A violation of policy.
And possibly even law, sir.
So, in terms of lack of equipment with UPD, what specifically did they not have that they needed?
I believe if they would have had a ballistic shield, I believe that would have been enough to get them in that door at that time, or at least to the door. They wouldn't have known that the door was locked. They wouldn't have known that because they had a reasonable belief that no matter what that door situation was, you had the school police there and they would have had a way to get into that door.
Sergeant Eduardo Canales, did you find that he violated policy?
No, sir. And all of the officers, Lieutenant Martinez, his actions I found were in good faith. Had Lieutenant Pargas, so Lieutenant Pargas resigned or retired the day after I conducted my interview with him, or within a couple of days of that. And, but had Lieutenant Pargas remained with the Uvalde Police Department, it would be my recommendation, my team's recommendation, to exonerate Lieutenant Pargas.
So were you able to determine why a command post was not set up?
Yes, sir. One of the other issues on this incident was the crowd control, the crowd. At times they were difficult to control. They were wanting to break through police barriers. There were times where some of the people in the crowd, and not all of them, sir, but some of them wanted to get to an ambulance even that was there. And the officers that were trying to get the ones that were trying to get set up with the command post were having issues with the crowd control because they had to make sure that nobody else in the crowd was injured.
Was Lieutenant Pargas part of that?
He had to deal with a few things there on crowd control, but he certainly gave the officers the order to control the crowd if they could. But that was one of the issues that kept them from setting up the command post. 2 months prior to this incident occurring, there was a class for active shooter that was put on. Every single member of the instructions team, all the instructors for that active shooter training were inside the hallway, not just at the school, but in the hallway. So you had your training, your trainers for this active shooter scene in the hallway with them. And there were no solutions given other than they needed the shield. I believe there were no solutions given because there weren't any solutions.
Okay, we're going to go to Section 5B, Citizens Input on Independent Expert Investigative Report regarding the Uvalde Police Department. Citizens are requested to sign up prior to council meeting requesting time to address the council. We're going to open this up right now. We're going to extend the time to 1 hour. We're also going to allow from 3 minutes up to 5 minutes for everybody to speak. We'd like everybody that is signed up to have the opportunity to speak. There won't be any interaction with the council. We've heard this report, the council and I, for the first time tonight. We have not seen the report, so there will not be any comments from the council tonight. But we'd like to hear from as many of y'all as possible tonight. So I'm going to start going down the list.
Where did he go? Bring him back.
He has left the buildings.
Bring him back!
Yeah, why did he leave?
Okay.
No, why did he leave? He has gone against everything that every law enforcement official has said, and he walked out here without facing any questions. From us or the values, sir. Please explain why that is.
Okay.
Why would you allow that?
He
No,
gave,
I don't want to hear an explanation. I want him back. I don't want to hear an explanation. I want him back. Somebody do the right thing. I worked with y'all. I knew y'all. Do the right thing.
please, please let, okay. Please let Ms. Rubio speak.
Please do what's right. Not what is right for city government, not what is right for what your lawyers are telling you, what's right for the people that you serve, the people that elected you. Do what is right. Please do what is right. I just want him here while I address, because some of these issues have to do with what he just said.
Okay. If I can get him back here, he will not be addressing y'all.
I don't want to hear from him. I don't want to hear from him.
Hang on one second. Okay, let Ms. Rubio speak. Please sit. They went to go get him, Ms. Rubio. He will not be commenting, but he will hear your concerns.
He doesn't have much to say.
I was following the directions I was given, sir.
You said they said he wasn't commenting. How dare you? How dare you? You were paid by them, and you just came out and, what was that, a deposition? You said that he was waiting to shoot them like the video games? Of course. That's why they line up, is it not? So that the first one can take it and the others can take this person down? You said that it was best, that there was no way to go in. It was for their safety. It was not for the safety of children. How dare you? And you want the DA to give you a report for what? You have like zero reading comprehension. I know some of you. I have worked with some of you before I lost Lexi, and I am asking you to do what no one else has done yet. Do the right thing. It is not about a recommendation, it's about doing the right thing. There were multiple law enforcement officers from multiple agencies that stood by for 77 minutes as children and teachers died, and I'm not going to stand by. There are a number of people that I would like to discuss, but today I planned on discussing three people who had the opportunity to go in 11:37. Before then, before 11:55, when you said, Pete Arredondo said, wait for the keys or wait to evacuate rooms. 3 officers went towards gunfire. They knew what to do. They did that in the beginning. They went toward the gunfire, and then they retreated. Canales and Landry and Javi Martinez at the time were members of the department's SWAT team. They had active shooter training, and they knew what to do. They chose their lives over the lives of children and teachers, and there is no policy change will eliminate their fear and their hesitation to do what is right in the positions they serve, and for that they should be terminated. And if Lieutenant Javi Martinez cannot get a few people to follow him, how is he helping lead a whole department? I want you to think about the people that you love most in this world, your children, a spouse, a parent. You think about them huddled together in a dark room with a deranged person with an AR-15. Somebody calls 911. Help is on the way. Are these the people that you want responding to your loved ones? Guaranteed it's not. We keep getting kicked while we're already down. It's just blow after blow. And all I heard today was it's the school's fault. It was some of the training instructors. Well, it's because y'all don't serve them, so you're fine saying it's their fault. What you're not fine saying is that it's y'all's fault. Do what's right, terminate them. Change policy. There are people in this department that can benefit from a policy change. They will learn, they will be better, and they will be able to serve. Even some of the ones there, I get it. They were a patrol officer that was there for a year, 2 years, is not going to take command of a situation like this if his higher ups are not. Train them, but these people, they have been serving for years. Nothing's going to change. There's no training, there is no policy that is going to make them put someone else above their own safety. Please do what is right. Please do what's right. Think about your loved ones. Think about them. These people should not be serving.
You sat here and you said that you're doing what they told you to do. And that is exactly what you're doing. You are doing what they told you to do. How do all of you live with yourselves? How do you go to bed at night and then wake up every day? Shame on y'all. You said that they did it in good faith. You call that good faith? They stood there 77 minutes and waited. After they got call after call that kids were still alive in there. All this is, it's a pact. It's a brother's pact. You protect your own. Well, you know what? We're going to stand here and we're going to keep fighting for our own because nobody else is going to do it. And you're not going to stop us.
First of all, I can't even say that I'm surprised. I mean, like he just said, I'm doing what I was told. Obviously. Y'all told him what to do. Y'all told him what to say. And we already know this. Like, it's been 2 years. 2 years. But what I want y'all to do is I want you to look at AJ right here. Every single one of y'all. You too, buddy. You too. I want you to look at this child. Because this child survived. This child was shot. And he sat in there for 77 minutes while those fucking cowards did nothing. You said that that was in good faith. And I'm going to reiterate that point. Good faith. Good faith is 77 minutes. The true heroes are those that passed. Those teachers. The survivors are heroes. And I am standing here before all of y'all because my son was murdered. He is standing here before you because he was shot. He has more balls than this whole damn town. Every police in this son of a bitch, he does. So I want y'all to look at him. Look at him. Because Mariano Pargas won't. These other police, they won't. Y'all are in charge. You're in charge. And if you follow the recommendations what did he recommend? Oh, it wasn't our fault. Blame it on everybody else. Y'all been doing that. Y'all been doing that for 2 years. We are sick of it. We are sick of it.
Justice.
When is enough enough? When is the money not worth more than our children's lives? Actually, answer this. Because we pretty much hear y'all every time that y'all get up and speak or do anything like that, y'all are proverbially saying, F our kids. Say it to him. Come on. I mean, there were no cojones shown that day. Do we have any to say it to him? And I know y'all are going to hide behind, oh, we can't talk and everything like that. But guess what? We can step outside of here and we can talk as well. I don't have any lawsuits or anything like that, so y'all can't even try that with me. So how about y'all find the testicular fortitude that was gone that day and actually do a damn thing?
Crazy to think that I sat up here for the first time, the exact same location with most of you guys. Sat up here and begged y'all, yelled, begged y'all to do the right thing because the families deserved it. And here we are, 21 and a half months later, listening to, I'm sorry, but a bullshit report. And, because we all saw it. And listening to somebody say, I'm not trying to get clapped. If it were my child, I would have breached right away. Is not doing the right thing. Is not, I'm sorry, but it's not. Listening to them sit there and say, shoot, that's a suicide mission. You signed on that dotted line. Those kids didn't. That's your suicide mission, but what about those kids? Those kids didn't sign up for that. They did what they were taught to do in their training, in their policies that y'all enforce at the schools. That's what they were taught, right? Well, what about the guys that had all this training? They didn't do what they were taught. How are they going to sit there and say, oh, they were sitting there in the dark. They were so quiet. We didn't know they were there. That's what they were trained to do. Mr. Rodriguez, I've never addressed you with anything, but you put that man in charge, and I think it's time that you step up and take a little bit of responsibility for putting that man in charge and do the right thing and make some changes in your department. How are we going to be able to trust that your department if they did nothing to protect these children? You don't even have people that want to come apply to your positions anymore because they don't trust what you have because they're still there. If they cannot protect children, how are they going to protect them? Would you trust somebody that wouldn't even protect a child?
I was born and raised in this town. I have 5 children. 3 of them graduated here at UCISD. And I have 2 8-year-olds that attend Uvalde Elementary now. No. I need you to remember my 8-year-old son, because his name is Tristan, and my daughter Jada. And I ask this not so that if, but when this tragedy happens again, you'll know my children before their names end up on a cross. And y'all are sending thoughts and prayers my way the way we did with these 21 families. You know, they keep reminding everyone that the shooter, that he killed 19 children and 2 teachers. And the fact of the matter is, he did. This evil individual, he did. But a lot of them were left for dead by some of our law enforcement.
My name is Ruben Zamora. Do y'all know who my daughter is? I think some of y'all do. My daughter was left for dead. Left for dead. And you said they did the right thing? I think right now you almost made me a believer in giving these officers a medal. I almost gave them a medal. I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect you or anything because that's not me, but it's disrespectful. I was sitting here. I rarely don't come to these meetings because I think there's other more things in my daughter's life more important. But you left, or you told him to leave. We all sat here and let him read out whatever he had. I thought it was disrespectful for him to leave, and y'all let him leave. We're not gonna hurt him. We're not gonna hurt a police officer. It would have been done already. They need security. You know what to do. Danny, you know what to do. And if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I work in the oil fields. If I don't do my job, I get fired. That's right. Plain and simple. I signed up for a dangerous job. I know it's a dangerous job. And that's my job. I got to take care of my job. These police officers signed up to do a job. They didn't do it.
Let me tell you, when I go to school, what am I going to be trained to do? If someone drops dead in cardiac arrest, you save them. That's your job. So I'll tell you something. I don't care if you're the president, if someone tells me, stand back, don't save their life. What? So if I'm an officer and someone tells me, don't go in a classroom, kids are dying in there, but don't go in. What? I don't understand how how you're not seeing. This is wrong. How you could sit up here and say what you just said. You know. You know.
You weren't the man in charge, but yet you say that you're proud of the officers that you trained? And they're all on Facebook before anything happened, on Facebook taking pictures with the SWAT team. We have a new SWAT team taking pictures. Where was that SWAT team on May 24th? They stood there, frozen, didn't know what to do. They were scared because it was their life. My son survived the 77 minutes fighting for his life. He was transferred by ambulance to Hondo. Fought for another hour and a half. He was trying to come home to be his dad and his family.
And you, John Wayne, have the decency to take your hat in reverence to the people. Have the decency to take your hat off in reverence to the families, to the dead children. I didn't hear you say nothing about reprimanding nobody. Nobody got reprimanded. Oh, his little ear. What about the children? They were caught. Come on, John Wayne, take your hat off. See, that's how you guys are. That's how you guys are.
So why aren't y'all letting him answer any questions?
We're not going to have any interaction, Adam. You can go ahead and speak. Please do so.
He was able to ask questions, but we can't. We're the ones that need the answers. What's the point of asking things and not getting any answers? You know how stupid that looks? We're all here and y'all don't have to say anything at all? Did you think that was going to work out? Do you think that's going to bring people together? Any of y'all? Was that a good idea? Is it working out how y'all wanted it to?
It's not working out at all.
Can y'all answer some questions then?
Answer questions. I have no idea why he can't answer questions. I think he should answer questions.
So, why can't you answer any questions? Why can't he answer any questions? He answered your questions. Just advise him not to answer if it's wrong. This is a setup.
Uvalde police chief has resigned today, a week after an outside investigator sparked outrage in the city by finding that officers did not violate policy the day of the Robb Elementary School shooting.
Chief Daniel Rodriguez will step down on April 6.